Hello guys, today we teach you the application form from our 24 Tai Chi form. So the second part is this one. It's one of the most famous, the wild horse main. Okay. So most people know it as an armbar technique, but we try to explain something first. And it's the lead hand. Where does the lead hand show? Where does my finger show? Somebody do it like this, somebody do it like this, somebody do it like this. So you see many applications like this, like this, like this. So when he is in front of me, I can punch him with the back of my hand, whatever. This from other styles, but in our mixed style, we do not do that. We do it like this, okay? Our finger is not showing to the opponent directly, like this, but the circular palm area to make a grip, which is gonna be a cylinder, is showing in front, like this. A very simple reason, because if we use Tai Chi as Tai Chi sword application in a modern form with a knife, for example, you see that the knife or the sword is showing to the enemy, like this. Like in the European fencing, bam, 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 stuff like this. And the stance is very similar. The hands may be not the same, but we do the hand here, because if he attacks me with a knife, I go here, and then I go outside like this, or he goes outside, I go here, and then I go like this, or here, or here, here. Or he attacks me with the other hand, and then here, this hand goes down, so he can retract his hand, and this hand already attacks. So you see, that's why I have this. This hand is pulling him down, pulling towards me, and this hand is pushing forward with a tool, a weapon, knife, sword, whatever. So you can see if the weapon is pointing towards you, okay, and I make a grip, but now I take the weapon away and then I open my hand, the finger is showing this way, not in the front. If the finger is showing in the front, weapon would be held like this. You see? And if my finger is showing like this, the weapon will be shown upwards, which does not make sense in both ways. But if I do like this, the knife, the weapon is showing to the front, directly to the opponent, and the finger is showing like 45 degrees, somewhere here to the side, and the other side will be look like this. This is to correct your hand posture. Okay, do not do it too high, do not do it like this or with the finger to the front, but slightly bent. Imagine you have a tool that goes towards the enemy. Okay, so the second application, we don't need a knife. So second application is the most famous application. It's like an armbar. If you give the jab cross, and 1, 2, and then now I have one point. It's like here at the wrist. The other point is at the elbow, and can do this armbar technique with a pull or push. I can push him, which is not so good as a pull because he can punch me with the other. I'm still in reach. But if you give me a jab cross, and then still to continue to punch, 1, 2, and 3. If I pull him, I'm actually inside of his reach, so he can punch me any further with a strong punch, right? It's very similar like the wrestling idea or the in MMA or something. If you give me punching, and then I go in passive, and then I try to hide myself here, so he can punch me effectively. Or like here, so he can punch me effectively. And this area is too close for him to punch, and that's the idea of the pulling technique. So if he is here, jab cross me, and then I go to this, and then pull him towards me. Or if he resists, and I go in with a shoulder punch or a hidden elbow here, and then I can switch the arm, stuff like this, okay? So the second one can also be done on the outside, only one punch, only the jab, and then I'm on the outside. This is the better version for push, okay? But I can still change to the inside, okay? And I'm switching between elbow and wrist. And this is a very important exercise you can do. So you do slowly the jab cross, 1, 2. This is the first version, all right? I'm standing inside his frame. And the second version, you can either, 1, 2, go like this, or you just do one punch, and then you can stay on the same side and do the arm bar like this. In the beginning, you can try to grab the elbow with your hand, but in the end, it is better to do it with your arm, or your elbow, or your shoulder, or even only your body. Just because you have to control those points. Doesn't matter if you use your hand or not. But in the beginning, it helps you more, when you give another punch, to have something to grab, so you have your optical help for you, you know, a tool that you can measure your movements. And then if it gives him one punch, I can go in here or go in here. So I have 2 points to measure the armbar if the leverage is there. If I go like this, there is no leverage. But if I go like this, there is no leverage, and then the armbar is locked on him, okay? And I don't have to do it with the hand. I can roll in with the arm, so the hand can do something else, yeah? Or with my shoulder, so the hand can do something else again, or here for further takedown technique. Or I go upwards, but the elbow is pushing against my body, so there's still a leverage. You see, there's still a mini arm bar there, but I can here go with the elbow, go with like stuff like this, so I have the hand free. So this technique is a very, very basic concept to control the wrist and the elbow first. This point and this point, and you have to stretch the arm somehow. And if, of course, one punch, he resists, yeah, I can. To get the arm straight, I will change. That's not only the technique, only one technique, all right? There are many techniques, and what we're trying to do is to flow between the techniques and to change. And always remember, your partner always will change. And so that's why we do pushing hand, and later the free pushing hand, so you get adapt to the change, okay? So the third, and this actually already mentioned application, is the arm change. So if we are in a more wrestling situation, it becomes more clear why we do it. And if he grabs me and then try to push me or something, and I have to here go to this side, and then change his arm, okay? I can't like change with one arm anymore, so I have to get 2 points, either change in that way or in that way. If I get that way, it's like this motion. Okay? And if I do that way, it's like kind of a judo throw, zero-nage, or something like that. Okay? Because it's also here elbow and wrist. Okay? That's very important. And the second application for this arm change technique is if he blocks me with the other hand, so I can't pull him towards me, I turn, and then you have to change again. And then I still have those 2 points, you see, elbow and wrist. So I have like this kind of motion. So towards camera here, wrist, elbow, and then I change wrist, elbow. Yeah? And then you have kind of like this kind of motion. And this for your no-gi jujutsu grappling technique actually, because there is no gi anymore, no clothes anymore for me to hold. So I have to change on the joints of his body, of his structure. Okay? So if you stretch like this, you can do it in a partner exercise. You do like this, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. So you see, this hand is switching from up to down, and this one down upwards, like this. And then my body is turning. If you just do like this, not enough. Not just this, but body is turning, all right? So you can move him, and you do not move him with your arm, it's too weak. You move him with your spine, actually, your center line. You rotate your center line. If it's like this, you rotate your center line. If I only do this, maybe not enough, if you resist. I pull with just muscle, but I pull my center line, and then he's gone, all right? And then you can switch from the shoulder throw or Tai style leg throw, this kind of circular, in the other circular motion. It's like this, he blocks, and then go out, and then I go the outside circle. Or you start with the outside circle, and then he goes out, and then go to the inside circle. Also those 2 points, all right? So that's the first concept and application ideas from our interpretation to the wild horse mane technique. Okay, so next time we tell you this third section, the crane opens its wings. Okay, see you next time.